Alright, alright, alright. Gonna play some more U-Boat. I think we're still out in the middle of that patrol. That was scary to load into. She's going down. Get a little closer and maybe offer them some food. Maybe. We'll try to be nice. Unfortunately for us, we cannot pick up any more officers because we are full up. We are carrying 6, which is crazy to think about. Crazy, 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 man. We'll see if I can put my practice in tonight as far as plotting ship targeting a bit better. We shall see, we shall see. Shut that puppy down. Let's see. I suppose we're just going to try to get a little closer. See if I can offer them a little bit of food. I don't remember how close. You have to be pretty close, I think. Maybe. There we go. You guys can have a couple dried fish. All for the XP. Let's see where we are here. Head back. Actually, you know what? Let's just go right smack dab in the center and we'll have a listen. It's not even that pressing to get a lot of ships sunk. It's just to finish the patrol out, I guess, right? Have on direct orders. That's weird. I hate how it shows you the markers for the ships that you've sunk. That's a little disorienting and confusing if you're not paying attention. What is up with the captain here? Did we mess up the crew? No. He should have had 2 with him. That's alright. Oh, and I skipped right through it like 3 times. Take a little peek.
Copy.
I know what we need to check actually that I just forgot. I think we had already re-upped our torpedoes from a while back. We did. No, we didn't. Wow. That could have been disastrous. You get on that, sir. Had a feeling I'd forgotten that in the midst of everything last time. Good thing I thought to check it. Why are you not? We are a mess here, guys. Like, come on. Get these puppies loaded. You have to literally issue the command with the person selected. Guess that answers that.
Kapitän.
One at a time.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloy.
coming up on early morning, possibly. You are not done yet, sir. One more torpedo, please. Oh boy. Freighter, Naval Square AN 246, northeastern course, slow speed, can't intercept. 246. I feel like that is... it's way north of us. Not gonna worry about that one. Thanks, Mr. Weber. All right. Gonna shut that puppy down. Ping just to be safe so we don't cheese grater this poor ship off the ocean floor somehow, even though we're in the middle of the Atlantic. "76 meters. Give the guys a second here to dive. Never shut that gyro compass off. Man, it's been a little funky with the direct orders. Like some stuff I feel like gets picked up right away, and then other stuff it's like they're nowhere near it. I'm probably moving a little too quick. Oh my gosh, our navigation's 18%. Holy cow. We are gonna be lost. That is bad news. We'll stay on the surface a bit after this one, although we're out in the middle, just away from land. I think that's why the guys are having a hard time keeping their bearings. You're just staring at open ocean for a week. Crazy. One of my old save files, that's what I liked, was having some of the guys ranked up where their skills were a little better and they'd keep that navigation or even like exceed 100% accuracy, which was a huge passive relief to not worry about getting lost. Oops. I did not want you to cook, dude.
Kapitän.
You just go stand somewhere. Can't even get him out of there now.
Herr Kaloy.
go ahead and leave some people on him for navigation purposes, even though at 50 meters and listening for a few minutes, I don't know that it's going to do anything. Jet black. Who's this bum? One of the guys from the ship's just chilling, watching us. This guy too, just hanging out, watching the crew work. There we are. Don't think we're gonna find anything right here, or else we would have heard it for sure. Sunshine for once. Holy cow. How rare is that? And not rough, choppy, miserable seas. Crazy. I think now we're gonna go. Thought we switched that off of the radio man. I don't think he really needs anybody, and if he does, I can always do it manually. It's not that difficult to keep tabs on one person. It's really storming again. Oh my gosh. September weather in this game. Just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Kapitän.
Give us a ping. We'll have a listen again. We're getting close to the end though, so unless something is literally like right by us, we'll wrap it up and get back to port. Pick something new out. Ooh, 49.
Jawohl, Herr Kalor.
Good lord. All those prisoners we picked up, there's just like a bucket load of guys trying to shuffle through. Sheesh. Look at that. It's like a village.
Jawohl, Herr Kalor. Wechseln auf E-Motor. Aufsehrohrtiefe. Jawohl. Zu Befehl.
Good enough.
30.
See if he hears literally anything. Anything at all. Nothing. I feel like that's pretty bad hydrophone range. Like my previous playthroughs, I swear the bubble was like this big. You could hear like the whole damn patrol zone. Looks like a clear weather evening, so it's not a storm. Don't think we're gonna hear much.
Jawohl. 30. Aufsehrohrtiefe. Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
Somebody on the compressor. Single merchant, Naval Square AN 541, slow speed, northern course, zigzagging, 3-fan miss, 1-2 runner, didn't pursue due to equipment issue. Ugh. Five, four. Same deal. We're going to be about wrapped up with the patrol by the time we even attempt to get over there, and we've already sunk way more than what was required this patrol. Right on the money. Son. Purdy. One day later. We get our little hero's welcome. Horst Weber, UBoat War Badge, Ryan Schuster, War Badge, Kurt Hoffman, Iron Cross Second Class, First Class. War Badge and Capitan, Second Class, First Class. UBoat War Badge. I was gonna say we had some massive tonnage. Empire Glory. Intel tells us that the ship had a gross registered tonnage 3,284 tons and was transporting med supplies from London to Bergen. It was registered in Great Britain. Empire Tower. Empire Labrador. The utilities. Its registered ton was 6,253. It was registered in Great Britain. Or Sudra, carrying oil to Edinburgh. Empire Links, utilities from Bergen to London, gross 2,639. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, we ranked up Capitan and our radioman. Let's take a look. Ugh, what a horrible, like, passive to have. Cook. That's what you want your captain doing, cooking. Focus. Gunner. Personal skills. Supporter. Stress on board rises to 100. The presence of this officer adds courage to the rest of the crew, and there are no negative effects from it. I feel like we either want focus or supporter. I'm gonna put him on. Boy, I'm really torn between focus and supporter. We're gonna leave him on focus. And then Mr. Schuster. Tough. We can do paramedic without the use of a first aid kit. Could be useful in a bad situation. Radio can send and receive messages faster. Sensitive hearing. Yeah, we're gonna do the hydrophone for sure until we get a second radio man. We gotta release these, whatever we want to call them, not prisoners, I guess, prisoners of war, technically, whatever. Brought survivors. Free. Let's do that. And it looks like we opened up, did we open up a slot? Yeah, we have 5 of 6, so we might be able to snatch. We'd have to promote somebody though. Ugh. I always hate that when you don't know like who's gonna be terrible. Because any one of these guys I promote and start working with could be like just a big chicken. Let's think for a second. Second. Let's sit on that for a second, and I'll think what we want to do. I should look at these rewards for the missions and see one of them could easily like grant us an actual officer.
Dies sind die heutigen Aufträge vom BDU. Streng geheim.
We got our tonnage war we can go back to. Got a more difficult on the west coast. Espionage, that one I did and it sucks. It's so hard. Mine laying. Maybe let's do 4,000. This rewards 6,000. Espionage gives us an extra engineer and a ton of money. And then mine laying gives us just a basic reward. Well, I think we'll mix it up, go to a different location further out. Oh no, I think I definitely goofed this up. We should not have picked the mission till I had resupplied. Screwed that up.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kalon? Schau mal.
Definitely need to get more deck gun ammo as well. Like whatever they will possibly sell us, we need. Which is not much, I see. Same thing with torpedoes. 4 or 5 T1s and a T2. We'll grab good on those. Not really sure you can do much with those guns, but have and not need. Oh, this is gonna kill us with the 4-day. It's gonna goof up our patrol, I almost guarantee. Almost guarantee. No? Okay. I swear one of my playthroughs before I did that and it like goofed up, like basically canceled the patrol out. Maybe it was under a different circumstance. Let's see.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kalon? Schau mal.
I think we're good. Can we not pick up any more of this? We can. I'll take whatever they'll give me. We'll take it.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
We do not need all those guys working right now. While we're in port staring at our own base and ships. Let's see. Let's go ahead and fast forward our way through just a tad. Beautiful weather, man. Crazy, crazy after the last, I think 2 patrols we did while streaming were like just absolute rainforest monsoons. Get us moving, boys. Get us moving. Let's use that canned bread up. Nobody's gonna like canned bread. bridges here real quick just to... Easy night for us to get spotted out there, though, that's for sure. Definitely nice and scenic, though. Let's go ahead and stop and have a listen. You never know who we might find out here. Get us a ping there, Captain. $84 meters, nice. Let the guys have their little listen.
Wechseln auf E-Motor.
Somebody behind us. He's heading 205 though, so kind of southwest slightly. 7 knots. It's probably some sort of freighter. Might be worth checking out. Count toward our tonnage, I guess, I think, even though it's outside of our patrol zone. Let's go ahead and throw down just a rough marker so that I don't forget where he's relatively close to. Left that gyro compass on, I'm slipping up. Gotta make it nice and quiet. Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. Our last stream the other day was pretty fun. see. That's something else that I've been pretty bad in the past with forgetting is like we got them to load the torpedoes last time, but I've literally had times where I forgot to do that and check and then gone back thinking I needed torpedoes and you never filled the tubes, so now you're short. It's just such a little silly mistake but can really hurt you. Last bag of potatoes.
Diese Routine bringt mich um.
Right. So almost surfaced.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
We are going to go ahead and try to get somewhere in the vicinity of that guy. Because I have a feeling it's probably not friendly and just a lone freighter. Easy weight. Really thought forward 4 would get us a little more speed. It's either taking them a minute to get up there or we're just not gonna go too fast. Like as long as we're running faster than 7 knots, but I also don't want to take 2 days just to chase after a lone freighter. We'll go ahead and hammer down. If it is a lone freighter, as much as I'd like to practice my very mediocre torpedo skills, we'll probably just save them and I'll go to the deck gun. There's not really a real reason for me to, waste the valuable torpedoes when we might need them. These random patrols, that's always like you'll be out there and they'll radio you that you have to go intercept some specific high value convoy, and it's like you burn through 2 or 3 torpedoes and sounds bad then. Okay, so throw ourselves a little pin yet again. It's probably pretty close to whatever I said it was going before, 205. should be... Surely we'd be able to see the smoke, right? Maybe? There it is. So let's assume for a second that our points aren't crazy off enough to get me in somewhat of a decent position. So let's go. If we can get ahead of him decently. Somewhat like that. Until at least I know that there's no escorts with him.
Kapitän.
Those poor guys are gonna go deaf. Now we're gonna go pretty much ready to intercept. Gonna slow down just a tinge. Any second we should be about to see him. Oh yeah, he's going down. He's going down. We'll get right around 2 kilometers out, and then we will just sit and wait. Wonder, he can't see us, not yet. Let's go just that little extra. And now we are gonna stop. Maybe. There he is. We'll do our best here. It's gonna be steep, bad angle to approach, but it's good practice for me. Close, probably. Hair off at this angle. Now for my fun part, let's do our calculation if I remember how to do this. So we have to draw a line from the center of our ship to the center of him, I believe. And I should have done his course first. That's my mistake. Gotta know which way he's going before you can do anything. Jump the gun. Should have plotted out more than 2 points, but what are you gonna do? We're probably not gonna fire torpedoes anyway here. So let's see. We gotta go from the center of our ship to the center of him, I believe. And then something like that. That gives us roughly 21 degrees. I can see I'm already off. Let's go back to I mean, if I was a little more accurate in my preparations, I think I could have been okay, but you gotta start somewhere, am I right? These were literally blind guesses off the hydrophone as far as where he was. So, let's do... He's a ways off. He's probably not going to see us for just a bit. Let's might as well stay submerged for a few just to not give him any advantage to flee. My luck, that's what he'll do. He's gonna see us and just U-turn and right back out of our way. Put an engineer on that as well. That is, we're going to be It's a better torpedo calculation than I've been able to do in the past. Not knowing my basic trigonometry, I guess, to be able to do it. I just don't want him to see us and flee. I want to come right up on him and just... Uh-oh. That could be interesting. So what's the secret? What's up? I don't have a secret. I just hope that I don't sink everybody. Myself. Let's see. That's another sub. Interesting. Okay, okay. He's heading our way too. Is he gonna steal our kill? Is that what's gonna happen to me? I'm interested to see how this plays out. I don't know that the AI submarines really do much. As I say that, he's gonna like torpedo this thing broadside right in front of us. We are going to speed her up just a tad. Plus I had started to drift out of line, which is not what I want. But we're gonna plan on using the deck gun. What do you mean, Amanum? What's the secret? Something I don't know? There's lots I don't know. What is this guy doing? Is he like literally just gonna... I was referring to your title for tonight about guessing bearing. Oh, I just actually like watched videos to educate my very poor math skills on how to use the protractor, you know, to determine basic angles. Since the other night, I think my brain was a little too cooked to understand your in-stream advice. I think I got myself close here, but it was my own fault for not having plotted his bearing quite accurately. I was off probably just a few degrees. Sarcasm. I lay it on thick. Is this guy... I feel like that sub is making me a little nervous if he's gonna like steal our kill. Just it's going good today. Happy Tuesday to you too. How's the week going? Good? Nice weather here. A little chiller today weather-wise. Little air moving. Feels nice. Yesterday was just a scorcher. Oof. We actually worked on the farm a bit and had to make hay, and I was not thrilled about it. It was way too warm out for me. It was a hot one. Good day today, though. Nothing crazy going on today. Pretty chill day. Let's get you our deck gun. Long weekend, yes. Yeah, I feel that. I keep forgetting that yesterday was kind of a holiday for a lot of folks, and one of my buddies works for a university here in Ohio, and he had to go in for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it is rough when you get extra time off, right? It's always a double-edged sword. It's great to have the time, but also horrible to think about going back. I really wish I knew if that sub was going to engage this guy. Looks like he's just kind of plowing ahead like he's minding his own business, which is a little goofy too, but hey, whatever. He's clipping along pretty fast. Oh well, we're gonna worry about us, right? Oof. I'm still a ways off. We need to get moving. Close that gap. Yes, long weekends and holidays are great, but I totally feel you. Fire a warning shot across his bow, let him know whose target that is. My luck, I'll hit him, and then we'll get some kind of fine when I go back to headquarters or like lose rep points. Out here, friendly fire sanctions, breaking sanctions or something. Oh God, if I wasn't going too fast, I might actually be able to hit him. Let's, I didn't need to turn quite so much. I'm gonna try to get a shot on him without bouncing around too much. Those waves might really put the screws to us though. It is a ways off. If I can hit him, that's kind of a miracle. Yeah, let's just get a little closer. Sheesh. I feel like he picked up speed for sure. I think I actually hit. I was a little low. Need to get that. That was way too... Oh, I think it actually hit. That is hard to predict though, boy. Waves are pretty inconsistent. We'll take a fire. The problem with the fires, I think, is like I don't see his like HP bar go down, but like last stream we had that happen, and then like 3 seconds later it just was gone and the ship was already taking on water. I think that hit was a little tougher to see the impact. We've had some fires going, but I don't see that HP ticking away at all. That's one of the things I like, I think, with the tankers is like when you do that to a tanker, it really like becomes apparent that you've actually hit him, which is great. From last night, hit a ship like that with 2 torpedoes, only the bow was floating above the water. It was not considered sunk. I've seen that happen too. It's pretty funny. It's kind of weird and frustrating, but it's like it's just creeping along and it's like barely above water. That might have been a tad low. To shoot it, that sucks. And then you're just sitting there waiting. God, we might have wanted to fire a torpedo at this guy. I feel like he's not going to go under. Look at that. Multiple fires on board. Hull is like all charred. Hitting the water line. I know, and that's what, like, I don't know, on mouse and keyboard I feel like it's like good and bad. Like my aiming might not be quite as good as it needs to be. Oof. Too low. Yet another fire.
Achtung!
That took some damage, it looks like. Oh yeah, he's going under, I would say. Or he's gonna pull your thing where he just trucks along, barely treading water. Yeah, that's going down. There's no way. If he doesn't, then I think I was reading if you put the right officer on steering controls, they can stabilize. See, I always do forget little things like that too. It's a good idea. Ooh. Let's we'll keep an eye on him here. It looks like, yeah, the lifeboats are already out. He's toast. Or they've given up, rather. Yeah, he's gone. Let's get you on radio. Those guys are a little too far away yet.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Schneller, schneller!
That other sub just like boogied out of here like he was on a mission. 15 knots he was trucking. Thought it looked like he was close. Also learned H will put the boat in hydrometer mode, drops to 50 meters, goes quiet, listens for 5 minutes, then returns back to the surface or whatever it was previously. It's the last option on the depth gauge. I did know that one actually. I use it more than most people do. I think most people kind of just manually drop themselves down to a specific depth, assign somebody, etc. I like to use it because, like you said, it just kind of, they go into their own routine and do their thing. So I like using it as well. We used it a few times right when I started streaming tonight. I finished up that patrol from our last stream and used it just to listen if anything was close. Yeah, it's right there, the little headphone symbol. Yep. Super handy. I like it. Moving too fast now. Any officers? Officers? Nope. I'm on lifeboat 1. We got 2 there. Guess. You know what? I'm not giving them supplies this time. I feel like last time we sunk so many ships, I ended up handing out so much food. They'll be alright. Let's delete our little homework trigonometry I had going on. I didn't know that apparently hitting H, that's good to know for a shortcut for that, so I don't have to be clicking all over the place as I'm prone to do. We have a ways to go, so we're gonna get back to heading north. Canned bread's almost gone. I'm sure they'll be thrilled. I think that was our guys picking up the, I didn't turn the compressor on from our periscope depth. That could have been dangerous. That's that sub we had. My biggest fear in this patrol is going to be airplanes because we are going to have to skirt around. And I feel like anywhere in this vicinity could just be like me trying to time travel through that to speed up the process, and it's just going to be like right in our face. And I won't even say that I've had good luck dealing with airplanes because I have, but the one time I say that, it's when we won't. Nice little sunset. I guess we're a little post sunset. I suppose.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
We'll go a little further north and maybe stop and have a listen. I feel like doing it under the cover of night would be nice. Although, look at that moon. It's not even going to be like night, it's going to be like daytime. Waves are tossing a bit. Let's, I have a feeling it's probably really shallow up here. I feel like I've had that experience in this area prior. Deeper than I thought it would be. Yeah, I like to use that option to just click that. They'll take it down to 50 meters as long as they have the choice, and the guy automatically jumps on the hydrophone, which is nice. You don't have to assign that. I throw him an extra guy, I guess, until I get an extra radioman. And then I guess the only other thing we can do is disable our gyro compass to cut back on the noise. And just let them listen. Let them listen.
20 Meter.
Trying to manually listen. My technician had me on a wild goose chase last night. Oh no. I have in the past. I wonder. So I know I've done this once in the past. I can't remember. I like that they give you the option. I don't know all the ins and outs of the controls, so it's definitely not something I should be just toying with.
Kapitän.
It is pretty cool though that they let you I think I used it once when I actually had, on a way previous playthrough, one of the first few times I messed around with the game, and there was a convoy nearby, and it was actually pretty fun to be able to hear, you know, the actual ship noise and direction and everything. It was pretty fun. I always forget that you can actually manually do that. It's pretty neat. I like that. Yeah, gosh, I really miss my one of my old save files. I had the crew kind of ranked up pretty well and progressed like over a year into the war, and the range of my previous hydrophone operator was like just triple what this is. It was huge. Like I'd be able to hear just this whole range, like almost coast to coast. It was great. I mean, you could hear and kind of plan accordingly. Definitely a little tougher when the guys are less experienced, I guess, or maybe missing some of those little bonus perks. A little low on some of our... dark as can be. I think we are, yeah, nighttime. What got me was the approximation, yeah, plus 15 kilometers for sure. The feeling it will be like using binoculars or periscope yourself. You can see much further than your crew. You can get actual bearing better distance. I'm not sure how to do. I have to look that up. Yeah, it'd be interesting. It's definitely that is an interesting thing. Anything you find out, you'll have to share, and I'll have to look into it a bit as well. Maybe poke around their Discord channel and see if people have discussed it. That's genuinely one of the little kind of in-game things I forgot that you could manually sit there and do. It's pretty cool that they allow you to do that. You guys have been helping me learn, I mean, with the manual, you know, use of the periscope and the tools for plotting and everything. So, but yeah, I agree. When it's like 15, we had last stream, there was what, 16 kilometer, you know, variance. That's a huge, that can be almost anywhere. What am I doing? We're not even moving. Let's get moving. Didn't have that gyro compass on. They always miss. That's one thing with that auto, like hydrophone listen. If you issue like direct orders, like of something simple like the gyro compass or a pump or various lighting, whatever, it seems like it sometimes if you do it, like, I don't want to say quickly, but just you don't really delay in it. It kind of seems like the crew gloss over that a bit at times. And obviously it's not like life or death if your lighting's not on the particular one you wanted, but it's just not annoying, but kind of something to watch out for, I guess, when you're picky. Like, I notice that a lot. I'll go to change lighting or like kick the pump on and whatever, and then I look and it's like I've fast traveled a couple hours and nobody did it. Kind of silly. Your officers are all sleeping, nobody gets the order. Oh, that's a good point. I try to set mine up between the captain and kind of first mate, I guess, so to speak, or chief boatswain, whatever his title is, I guess. I try to have them on opposite, but again, when you're starting over with a new file, I know it's not always, you're limited as to your range of coverage, you know? But that's good to know. I guess I never realized that either. If they are sleeping or off duty, whatever, that nobody takes it. It's a good point. I try to make sure mine are split for sure, at least as best I can, because obviously, like, visibility is such a high priority because you never want somebody not watching. Airplanes taught me that for sure. 2 meters. Sounds like somebody's clicking away. Let's go ahead and speed her up a bit. Yeah, like the scheduling's actually one of the areas where I think I early on got at least a decent understanding or to try to plan around certain things, because that was one of the things when like earlier release of the game I think was a little not buggy but just ignored or neglected, and then when I realized you could kind of have it at least set up at certain times, I really prioritized like trying to figure that out. So like I have our captain here, and then I set up Hoffman kind of just literally polar opposite as best I could. I guess there's a little bit of overlap there, but there shouldn't be any where one of them's not on duty. Like here, he takes off and we put the captain right back on, so it's as good as it can be really until we get some extra hands. Get that luxury. We'll see. Let's throw in some cheese. Forget it. Yeah, the scheduling's. Oh, I didn't leave my. We didn't leave the cheese. There we go. The scheduling's not bad at all. That's definitely very simple, I think, for. You wouldn't have any trouble with that. I kind of left this automated for now, just so they're on various shifts at different times. And then I just went through and kind of prioritized the officers. And our radio guy, since I only have one for now, I've just left it very short shifts, just alternating. Because the reality is you're going to probably put him on hydrophone when you need him and not. And then when he's on the radio, it's like, are you really, I mean, your risk, I guess, in that little, 2-hour stretch of maybe not necessarily missing something, but maybe having to bring him in if just some of the AI crew, like, pick up that there is a message. It's not really, I don't think, like a huge life or death. You just kind of got to grit it out until you get the extra radioman. Let's see. Let's move along just a tad. I suppose I can always have a listen whenever. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. Maybe when we get right in this area, since our range on that hydrophone's not particularly great right now. We'll see. fretting too much over the food, but it's also like I didn't really plan very well around piling in. I know when you just leave a lot of it in there, they just tend to chew through it, I think, like pretty quickly, and then you're just kind of wasting it also. Like you want to ration it out a bit from my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see, where are we at? We're still a ways off. Speed her up a tad. This patrol zone, I've never really had like crazy occurrences here. I did one on one of my older, further progressed save files that was, I think, here. And that one got sketchy so much because you had all that air traffic from this base. I had tons of ships passing through the channel, and it was just, I remember toward the end of my patrol there was a massive convoy. They wanted me to pursue the convoy. It was carrying like radar tech, and I chased the convoy into the channel, so it's like super shallow. There were planes constantly, couriers, escorts. It was, oh my gosh, it was so bad. I hated that. Was definitely not very well experienced to handle all that at the time. I guess let's have a little listen here. Let's grab the captain and have our ping. I like to use that tool. I never did really before, and I talked about last stream, I had so many times where not using it ended with me scraping the boat off the ocean floor. So I like that, you know, it's just a simple click and you know kind of where you're standing. Let's go ahead and shut that puppy off ahead of time. And then we will take her down. I wonder if it really makes that much of a difference if we turn off the electric dive planes. Like do it manually. I doubt it would be like a noticeable difference to range, but maybe I'm curious just to see what difference it does make. Surely it will. We'll let them get down there and then maybe I'll toggle it and we'll see if it really bumps range up. I highly doubt it, but we'll go on a little quick fact finder. Oh, there's this bug with being stuck in between the valves. Let's toggle that just to see. Let's kind of take a peek if it changes the range. It's probably going to be like literally not even noticeable, I would guess. Somebody was discussing that in the Discord, I think, like what settings, not settings, but like tech on the ship, I guess we'll say, like actually affects things like noise, listening range. So I think that the dive planes, now that I think about it, only affect the noise produced. So like if we're being listened to, I doubt, it looks like it doesn't change jack squat for us with hydrophone. So that's good to know. Guess for peace of mind. A little weird obsession with keeping the food perfectly balanced. Got 2 rep points to spend. I'll have to make sure to think of that when we get back. Imagine the same things that affect your detectability also affect the hydrophone. Yeah, the eye icon. Yeah, steering engine's giving 80 decibels, and when we switch that, I think drop that 80 decibels. It's crazy. I don't know if maybe they had tweaked it or if it was just a perk that you can get on the actual, on the Radioman. But I know that we just picked this up before I left for the patrol to detect ships from 25% greater distance. I swear there's a different perk as well that I had before, like here, instead of this tough. And I'm telling you, the range on it was just unreal. It was massive, like so large. It would like encompass easily. I mean, it was huge, like probably over double what this is right now. So I don't know. Maybe it's just was something random at the time. I don't know, but it sure seemed like a significant difference. Low in the tanks. So we didn't hear squat. It's got the compressor on, perfect. There's the rain. It's not as bad as it was last time. Goodness sakes. Oh god, now we're back to this 25 knot wind and storms. I spoke too soon. Oh my god. Not again. Not again. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Crazy toss and turn. Watch it be like this as soon as I get into the patrol zone, and it's just gonna be just monsoon. Won't be able to see anything. Planes will be flying over. I guess you have to think of it positively, right? Like maybe if it's that bad, they can't see me or they won't be out. Who knows? It's crazy. Still doesn't feel as bad as what we went through last time, but I guess we're gonna see. And how long it sticks around remains to be seen. Oh, just cleared up a bit. We'll take it. Take it, we'll take it. Get them some normal lighting so they don't hate me. Oops. Can't change the view when we're in the map. Beautiful now. The sun came out. Getting close to our zone. All right. Let's go ahead and radio that in. Guess just head south a bit and then off another listen. The storms. Wind picks up literally up to 25 knots. Listen to that. Gosh. Oh well, we're just gonna embrace it. Hold on tight, right? Nobody gets swept overboard. We're getting home in one piece. I like Mouse's positivity last stream. He said, as long as you get everybody home in one piece. I said, I like that. That's my basic goal. Let's get the ship back in one piece and all the guys. Let's almost have to dive down for these because periscope depth I've noticed is like really poor listening range when it's storming like this. You gotta get under. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure the old gyro compass is off.
Wechseln auf E-Motor. Ich habe eine große Gruppe
Uh-oh.
festgestellt.
Large group. Ironically, that says small group at 5 to 12. That sounds like a lot. Bearing 286, 8 knots. Anywhere within 16 kilometers. Oof. Just throw something down to keep it in relation to where we are. Oh boy. See, I knew this area was going to be all this traffic in and out of these narrow channels. Oh my gosh. Pick our poison at this point. Small group, another small group, 3 to 7. This one's 5 to 12. 2 to 4 down there. Goodness sakes. Where are these guys headed? 294. This is 247. So they're all generally heading west, southwest. This guy's 31, so he's actually headed somewhere northeast. Maybe. See, that's another thing I worry about with like these three. If I go pick one of these to kind of go investigate, I'm probably going to get caught right in the middle somewhere. This guy we could pursue and in theory have a little bit more of a clear lane to him, but it's also only 2 to 4 ships possibly. Hey Doom, appreciate the follow last time. You must have caught me maybe when I was off stream or maybe when I was wrapping up and I missed you, so thank you for that. Hope you're doing well. Gosh, we got another one up there. Woof. And it's storming like crazy. It's gonna be fun. Hey, I didn't know your Twitch alias, I guess. What you thinking there, Amanum? Who should we go after? I want some audience involvement in this. You tell me. What are you thinking? Do we want to go after a big group or should I pick a smaller target? I'm feeling a lot more confident in my navigation, but still remains to be seen how it's going to go when we got a torpedo. I'm debating on what I can do. The easy, lazy part of me wants to go after this guy because he's going to be heading right towards us. Smaller, you think? Bigger group means more escorts, for sure. That's what I'm worried about as well. Those destroyers, from what I understand, like once you engage somebody, there's not much you can do. Like you definitely don't want to be on the surface, so we would just have to dive, get deep, and pray. I don't know. Maybe we'll go after... See, I'm not opposed to the bigger group here, but what I hate is that we have all this. So it's going to be like a wall. Like if I head this way to get ahead of him, we're going to be right in the thick of somebody's going to turn or be right over top of us. Maybe this guy with 7 ships. Decisions. Let's, I mean, our tonnage is up there because we got some picked off before we even got here. Maybe we'll play it safe on this one. We'll go after the smaller group, and then we'll see if anybody's still lingering around. I would steer towards a group that will be isolated, or at most 2 groups converge. It's a good idea. Let's go... We're going to head east, see if we can intercept that smaller group that should be a little more by itself. Wait till we surface here. Had 2 converge on me the other night. They went in different directions. Warships from both came after me when I attacked only 1 convoy. Doom, it's World War II. You command a U-boat, like the German submarines. It's kind of my nerdy thing that I like to learn and figure out. Far removed from what we play when we play Destiny, but it's kind of chill, fun. Let's do some eyes on you. Let's see. Delete that point for now. We won't have to worry about them until we're ready to go that way. It's fun, something very different, you know, when you're used to spending too many hours shooting things first person and Destiny, or even playing Diablo like I have been recently, so it's kind of fun, something different. I am a bit of a geek when it comes to submarines. That's like my thing. Why, I couldn't tell you. Let's see. I think we're running this rough weather. It is not heart racing, you're right. It can be. You might catch it at one of these points if you're watching. Like, stuff hits the fan. It can happen pretty quickly. Like, everything's dull and then it just gets really sketchy really fast. It's kind of entertaining. More so than you'd think. That. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're having a good one. I just don't have the patience to sit there. I understand that. That's why I go in spurts. Like, you know, my plan was to stream about every day, every evening, but some days you just don't feel like doing it. You need something a little different. That's why we all are in our clan together and play Destiny and do our thing on there. Something different. I wonder. The weather has cleared up. Maybe have another listen.
Kapitän.
Good. Plenty of depth. There's an old quote, and this is true for many war sims. Interminable boredom punctuated by moments of terror. It's very accurate. I'm telling you, when the airplanes find you or they pass by, you go from 0 to 100 very quickly. It'll make you nervous for sure. It makes me nervous thinking about it. No joke. That is a well-spoken quote for sure. That's, like I said, that's kind of one of the things I like about the game is like it's nice and chill. You get the little lulls, but then it definitely gets sketchy for sure. Let's kick on our blue light. Let them have their listen. Sims imitate life. You're not wrong. Music that you playing helps too. Took me a moment to figure out where it was coming from. Is it putting everybody to sleep? Is that what it is? I mean, the first couple times I streamed, I mixed it up, played different playlists. I feel like this game, it's not like I can turn on synthwave or EDM, even though I wouldn't mind listening to it. It doesn't really fit the theme of being in a submarine. Rock too, it's kind of like, all right, but you get a little aggressive every now and again. It's kind of off-putting. The in-game music is good, but it definitely makes me feel like I'm locked up in an elevator for entirely too long. I can only tolerate that so long. I've been on a D&B kick lately. I'm the worst. I bounce everywhere. It'll be rock one day. I can listen to country. I can go to hip hop. You name it. It does not matter. I know whenever I play Destiny, I play heavy metal for some reason. I understand that too. I get it. Some days you just got to take that rage out. I'm not a hater of metal. I like it. It used to power me through my old job work days for sure. I couldn't get through those days without metal. I usually try to find some chill music, especially when I'm streaming, but when I play Destiny, it's very rare for me to stream those games, even though I like to, because nobody wants to watch them. When you're somebody with a handful of followers, nobody cares the tag. When somebody's, the bigger channels have 20,000 people. My playlist suggestions are all over the place. Yeah, coworkers tell me they don't mind. I really don't know how much I believe them. My coworkers hated my music, and I really feel like it was not that bad. They were just like so much younger than me that they would literally want to listen to stuff that like I literally feel like an old man because I wouldn't know who the artists were. Like, I was raised in the country. Like, my dad played old 70s and 80s rock and roll. Like, in high school, you get exposed to hip hop, that sort of thing. But like, definitely not, people that came out in the last 5 to 10 years. Like, I'm not that aware. I'm sorry. Well, we found even more than we might have hoped. What do we got? Those are new. I think this is our initial guy here. That is heading our direction roughly. And this guy is really coming around almost north. Well, he is north somewhat. You might be the youngest in our clan. Hey, you know, who cares? There's some younger people in there, like friends of mine that I know, but they're all over the place. I'm sure we have older, younger, everything in between. It's just that some of the people, you know, they socialize in there and some don't, which, hey, whatever, to each their own, right? I guess let's start. This one's going to be an issue. He's going to run right into us somewhere. We might have to engage more than one group. Let's do this. Yeah, I definitely do not, you know, I'm not picky about the clan. Like, I encourage people to socialize in the Discord or like through the app. And if they don't, that's cool too. I mean, everybody's free to do what they want. I just like to help out where I can. I do not like this. This is like crushing me thinking about where this guy's gonna end up. Got some weird little picks here in our playlist, and I'm not feeling that one, I can tell you that. It's The Sims, but more intense. It is, right? Gotta feed them. You gotta make sure they don't get upset. It's The Sims, just way more uncomfortable than a nice house. Well, we're going up to the surface, so we'll see. It's daytime, a little cloudy. We'll give her a shot, see what we can do. Move along. I like to fly planes. You know, one of the things I want to try that I haven't yet is, obviously I play on PC, and I really want to very soon, like possibly this week. I've been saying it for like 2 weeks, but I just keep getting sidetracked IRL. Is I have a really nice VR headset, and there are some really cool flight simulators, really like detailed in VR on Steam, and that's one of the things I'd like to try. But there's also just other really fun, cool games in VR. So I have my stream set up to handle that and broadcast it. I just have to like actually sit down and I guess decide what to play or what people might want to watch. But I feel like VR is, I like playing it. It's so fun and just different. I just have to decide what to play. So, but I definitely, that is on the radar like this month for sure, to stream some things in VR. They make some really cool like flight simulators in VR, like really cool. I think there's actually, funny enough, one of these U-boat games is actually released or is gonna be released in VR. I've seen like the teaser for it. That would be pretty fun, like walking around in there in VR, like first person. It'd probably feel like really sketchy, but I think it would be fun. Excuse me. Let's get this puppy back on. Normal lighting. Too busy yapping, not paying attention. question is, Wolfpack supports VR. That sounds right. I feel like I've seen that on Steam or somewhere it was posted maybe that I came across that. I would just like to experience it because, I mean, if you've ever played VR or been able to, it's like so, like watching it never does it justice. Like if you've played it or have had the opportunity, it's so, it just like wraps you up in it. Like it's so engaging, like in its own way. It's really, really fun. Like even just playing like really casual games. My son has the original Vive headset, yeah. I bought last year, like right before it was like fall, I picked up immersive, thank you, Jed. The word escaped me. I picked up a Valve Index and I really like it. Like it's so nice. It's so much fun. I do play it, not regularly, but I definitely go through spurts. You're the best. But yeah, VR is really fun. I've definitely been seriously wanting to stream it a couple times. The question is, do I tweak the cam here a bit to like actually see myself playing it, or are you guys just gonna get the headset view? Because I don't know how goofy I'm gonna look standing in the background, like moving around swinging my arms. DCS World, I think, is the VR flight sim. I don't know that I've heard of DCS. I heard of there's a streamer, one of the few streamers I think that does like regular VR, did one, that Habby 147, he's like a younger guy. He did is it VTOL? VR Toll? Something like that. I know I'm butchering the name again, I'm terrible. Something like that. That one is good too. I've heard good things about it, and I think there's another, he said that you can play like, I know a lot of people play it, but, what's up, Mike? I'm assuming that's you with your old name. You guys kill me with the gamer tag changes. Like, I could never keep up with all the different platforms. Oh, it's Jake too. You guys are all raiding. What's up, Jake? Stop ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. Back to the point about that VR. I think you can play, somebody said like War Thunder in VR, and he had footage uploaded on his channel of that. It looked really, really fun. We need to see. You've sent multiple messages in Discord. I don't always check Discord when I'm streaming, man. Like, what do you want from me? I have 2 monitors. Do I need 3 now? Is that what you're telling me? You've got a few up there. You can mail one down to me. I'll pay the postage for it. The tariff or whatever we'll have to pay to have it cross-border. At least 4. Oh, okay. Well, it'll take me another 2 years. Be better, just be better. Let's see. We should have to pick up speed here. I'll work on the 4 monitor thing. Sorry, guys. What do you want from me? I can only do so much. Let's check. Little food stash. You know, gotta keep the Sims happy. I hate that when they get stuck in place. It's so corny. I mean, I guess, like, what do you want them to do with pathing in such a tight space? But, hey. Jet, Classy Packs did the VR thing for a time. Think it depends on the software title and what it will support as far as stream viewing goes. That's a good question. See, that's kind of like my hesitation with it for wanting to like stream it even somewhat regularly because I know different games are going to be different. Some of the stuff I've considered playing is like I have Pistol Whip on there, which is like more, you know, arcadey shooter, I guess, and then I've got some other sims, but definitely something, I guess one of these days what I'll have to do is maybe just do like a midday stream or something when I have time and try to flesh out like how well it's going to work and then just go from there. You know, if it's kind of goofy and I need to tweak things, just, you know, it's not like I'm probably going to do multiple hours in VR. That would literally physically kick my rear. Let's see. This guy, we're gonna intercept him here somewhere, but I just don't know. I would love to find out that these are literally convoys of just freighters and like tankers and no escorts. One stream I watched, he had to start the game, then the VR rig, and switch to that view. Ugh. And see, the other thing that I don't like, I remember now that was my big hesitation with VR, is that VR, like, I have to use secondary apps, like, through Steam to be able to, like, talk to you guys in chat, because, like, if I'm wearing the headset, obviously, without those set up prior, I can't view the chat. So it's like you're ignoring everybody and like not able to interact like you might want to. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess, you know. Yeah. And the thing with me is I messed with those not stream overlays, but like an overlay for just having like access to other secondary apps while I'm playing. And it was such a mess, man, like trying to like adjust those windows where they need to be, and it's such a pain in the ass. Like, do the thing. He was able to get chat in the VR, but the game got wiggy. Yeah, I've noticed that too. I played Elite Dangerous was what I was using at the time. And when I played Elite, like Elite ran perfectly smooth, like no issues. But when I started tweaking that window like in my view, it didn't cause the game to go crazy, but the app itself was like a nightmare to get stable and like not have it skip and move to different positions. It was just such a pain. I was not a fan for sure. I think that was one of the few things I've refunded on Steam. Like I had no use for it. I was like, get this trash out of here. They asked me why and I was like, because it doesn't work. Like I'm not using this. I'm not paying $20 for this. Speed her up a bit. Oh, we got smoked. That's our group that we were kind of hoping not to run into, I guess. Yeah, that's them. Let's get you to radio that in. Send that report. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm gonna try it for sure at some point, just for something fun to do, like on a weekend or something. I know there's a couple other apps, like some of them are free in Steam and some are paid, that maybe I'll try a different one than what I attempted before, and maybe something will work a little better. I guess all I can do is try. I'm sure there's some creative solutions out there as well for people that, you know, are actual like VR streamers that know the ins and outs. The internet's always a good tool, right? Well, if they're heading 219, maybe we'll stay about where we're at. And we'll see. Just really hope there are not like escorts in this.
Berghalløj.
So we're gonna find out. Could consider the Viveport Infinity subscription to access VR titles. We did that for a while when we were really into VR. I've never heard of it. So that must be like a standalone thing, like a kind of like Game Pass would be, I guess, for people on Xbox or PC maybe. Is it similar to that? I think right now I probably have access to, I'm trying to think like roughly how many titles I have. Probably somewhere between 6 and 8 maybe. Like everything from literally like Cooking Simulator to Koopa and I are hitting Nightfall. We're going to two-man the GM. You guys probably can. It might take you 2.5 hours, but I'm going to hop on this evening here and still play. I just wanted to stream for a bit. Like Game Pass, but for VR titles on PC. Okay, that's pretty nice then. I didn't know that was such a thing or an option. I want to say it worked through Steam. I'll have to check it out. Thank you for the recommendation. You guys have been awesome with giving some good recommendations on various things worth checking out. I did not know there was such a thing for VR, that's for sure. There's our guy. I wasn't looking. We were going the wrong way. Gorn is fun. I almost picked up Gorn before. It does look really fun, kind of like arcadey, but also like would be just fun. Not sure if it's stream worthy, but it's fun. That's kind of my thought with streaming VR is literally just, you know, for fun. Like it doesn't have to be some crazy realistic sim or whatever. Like I'm sure in VR, a lot of those sims, like the VTOL or whatever, is probably actually really difficult, like, to learn. I know there's probably, like, a steep learning curve. Doom. I never got into it. I thought it was too hard. Which one are we talking about, VTOL or Gorn? I think I watched that Habby stream, I think it's the VTOL. I really need to look that up so I'm not, like, sounding like an idiot saying that, but he actually had another guy who is like a much more, I guess we'll say, hardcore streamer for that stuff, play with him. And he was teaching him how to fly, and it looked like crazy difficult. Like you literally had to sit there and flip all the switches, like certain toggles. It seemed really crazy. You're right, VTOL is also a good flight sim. I have that one. Doom, Gorn. I've never played Gorn. I've just watched like video of it, like people clips from streams and things. It just looks fun. Koopa and I, he was here in the stream. He and I have played. There's a really fun kind of somewhat indie game. I know a lot of those VR titles are, but it's Legendary Tales. And Legendary Tales is like a Skyrim kind of dungeon crawler. It's actually really fun. And we've played that a few times, and it's really fun. Gorn is a workout. Any of those games are, man. Like Pistol Whip. I play Pistol Whip, and if you play it for like an hour, you're just like, whew, like breaking a sweat. Jet watched another streamer VR DCS Mirage Fighter, and it seemed quite difficult. I've never heard of that one. That's the thing, like so many of those sims look and sound really fun, but it's like there's probably a really steep learning curve, like really tough. Maybe not all of them, I'm sure, but I bet a lot of them are for sure. I see 2 smokestacks over there. these guys. We're looking behind us. We gotta be up this way. Maybe? Maybe, maybe? There we go. Goodness sakes. Taking me 20 minutes to find them. Still just a bit off where we can't quite tell. Can't get a fix on what it is. Watched another streamer. Yeah. What do you think? The difficulty of this game? This one's, you know, there's a learning curve to this for sure. These guys have been awesome in helping me kind of figure out little things that I'm not familiar with yet, but I wouldn't say this is like super difficult by any stretch of the means. It's just knowing what to look out for and when, I think, is a big part of it for me. And you can, this game actually lets you, UBoat lets you kind of tweak the settings, like when you start up your own new game or like new save. And you can actually go all the way from making it like a much more casual sim where you don't have to do a lot of the stuff. It's kind of automatic in the background, all the way up to like really difficult where you have to do like literally everything manually. So it's kind of neat that you can make it your own experience. I always set mine somewhere like mid to more difficult, I guess. Like I don't leave a lot on, you know, regular like done for you, I guess, sort of settings. I leave the option for some things like torpedo plotting and things, like I can let the guys, the crew do that, or I can like do it myself. Yeah, we are definitely going to see these guys shortly. Oh, I keep clicking that. I'm so bad at that when it tries to automatically stop it for you. I just hope if it's an unescorted convoy, it's not going to be too stressful. But if there are warships, it could get a little sketchy. Let's see, is that does not look like a, still just too far away, we can't tell. That is a destroyer. Oh no. Oh boy. It is a destroyer, no. Oy vey. Let's slow this down for a moment while I debate on how to approach this. Man, if this would be your first sub-sim, you could play it more like The Sims and let your NPCs do most of the work. Once you get a feel for the mechanics, you can go more hands-on with the things. Yeah. You have your Titan to resilience. You do have to get your Titan leveled up for sure. We're going to work on that soon. Oh, shoot. Well, we should probably get to periscope depth here because we do not want to be seen. So you don't have to engage now. It is daytime. You could parallel the convoy and run along the surface until it's night. That's a good strat for sure. See, that's the kind of thing that, like, when I worry too much about it, I'm not thinking of the simple things that would make it easier on me. So we could just stay. Let's go to periscope for sure. And let's go ahead and put a stop. I don't want him to get a chance to see us because it is really bright and clear out, and I'm probably already within dangerous range of that. Somebody has a really good write-up on the Steam like workshop or whatever, the community hub for this game, where they took like actual, I'll say that in air quotes, like old advice from like the big wigs of the, you know, World War II U-boat kind of historical, not footage, but like we'll say recordings or like writings, I guess. And there's some really, really cool information in there where it's like they talk about engaging convoys at night and what to do under certain circumstances. And I'm not saying it's like perfect advice, but it's just cool to see that somebody kind of literally put the effort in to like transcribe all that for like us to read like in that kind of forum or hub. Finally got the Graviton Lance. That's awesome. It's actually one of my favorite guns in that game personally, so thumbs up on that one. I actually used it yesterday. I played a bit and used it. I love that gun. It's so fun. Plus it just looks really nice, right? Like some of the exotics in that game are beautiful. Let's leave something there just for a little bit of a reference point. It's dope, is that what you meant? I got you. It is really good. It's such a fun gun. Those are the kind of things that's why I play that game. It's just the feel that you get from like the uniqueness of the weapons. There's nothing like that in that kind of futuristic setting. Let's see. Can probably shut this puppy off to not attract too much noise, and we're not going to use it right now much. I guess we're probably going to have to skip through a little bit of time. I wonder how bad I didn't assign an officer. We're probably breaching. Breaching? I think it's breaching? Is that the correct term? You stream more. I was on a pretty good roll. We were able to stream about every night, and it's been pretty hectic work here at home like the last week and a half, so I've been more like every other day, every couple days, which I definitely don't want to get too lackadaisical with that, but let's see. My fear with this is probably that we're gonna wait through this for nighttime and the cover of night, and it's gonna start those hurricane-like storms again, and I'm gonna be screwed and not be able to see what I'm shooting at. That's literally what I'm concerned about. We'll try to take her slow, right? I guarantee the way I am as a person, that's probably my downfall, is I'll be impatient. Let's get... you know what? We're not going to worry about that quite yet. I don't want to... They shouldn't be able to see us clear back here. Good Lord, we can barely see the funnel smoke. Let's see. The question is going to be, what time is it? We're looking at like afternoon heading into evening, and it's probably going to get dark at what, like, I don't know, post 8 p.m. I guess. So the question is, I probably should have been heading a little more in the direction where I can be better positioned to intercept, probably. What I don't like with these destroyers too that I've noticed is like it will kind of automatically trigger the alarm every time your guys, the AI, see it like that. And I feel like it's just kind of not necessary, and I guess I can toggle it off, but it's also like, you know, I wish you could kind of keep that from being a thing maybe. See the smoke, but barely. Shouldn't be. Yeah, we're not very visible. Let's go ahead and cancel that. There's no reason to get them exhausted prior to needing them. Oh, I hate this where they just get stuck between those valves. It literally drives me crazy. Such a small, cheesy thing, but so annoying. On Discord, the consensus was you either have to keep them within visible range to prevent it from triggering again, or stay out of range. Yeah, I guess that's true, right? I mean, your goal is probably to do one or the other and just not put yourself in a position where it's constantly on and off. I guess let's well, they're gonna probably, they might cross right outside of our clear sight range, so let's go ahead and just hang out here, and then we will wait for night to actually like worry about doing something about it. We're still, yeah, we're well within. I was gonna say, I know we didn't make it that far. There's the destroyer. So we're breaching a little bit. There's the smoke, but I think that might actually be the way the plume looks like it's heading opposite direction of us. That would be probably that smaller convoy that we initially wanted to target. But the other one I can't even see. That would make sense. They're kind of out of visual range, so. Let's see. Let's do... Gambit is so hard. Gambit's fun, but it's one of those game modes in that game that just... Some days I have like so much fun playing it, and then some days I swear like I just want to throw my PC out the window because it's so frustrating with like the random people you play with. It's definitely always one extreme to the other. Like we played the other night together, it was fun, like didn't hate it at all, and then other days I'm like literally just eat this thing. Why not throw together a little bit of a rough line here? It's probably somewhat close, maybe. Assuming they're not going to change too much, let's go ahead and... I don't want to intercept them that steep of an angle, right? Gonna take a little second here to grab a drink and use the restroom. BRB, guys. All right, we're back. I kicked my fan up in here a bit, so if it does get like invasive, please let me know, guys, and we'll either move it or I'll adjust something so it's not blowing horrendous sound. It's just toasty. Let's see. I wonder, you know what would really suck is if this little convoy is literally just a group of destroyers. Like, that would really stink, right? Maybe they're escorting like a tanker or something would be great, but if it is literally just escort warships, I am not thrilled. I guess we're gonna try to find out, right? Got at least probably a couple hours until darkness sets in. I think we can afford to creep ahead a bit. We don't want them to get too far gone. I always love that kind of shot where you get to see the sun kind of shining through on the water and see it on the ship, even though that's probably like uber dangerous for U-boats, right? What's that big fish over there? Oh no. And the flag looks incredibly dumb sticking out of the water. Should have kind of put that away maybe. That should be them right about there. Yeah, I think we're safe to creep along just a bit. The electric motors don't get put to too much use, other than charging things and keeping things powered. I don't know. Yeah, it won't really let us get the individual ship info in terms of like they're not alerted or anything, but can't do that unless we can see them. Let's I wish. Oh, they're 11 knots. Quicker than I was hoping. Let's go ahead and stay under. I don't really want to be like in a position to chase them because that's literally all this is, but at the same time, if I don't pursue real people or NPCs for sure. Yeah, it's just a single player game. To my knowledge, I don't believe there's multiplayer in this. I do not believe. I know these electric motors don't exactly go fast without draining. I think that, yeah, it's going to top out about 7 knots. I think I've already realized something I should have done prior to this. I should have cut off earlier, gotten way ahead of them, and been in position, because now we're just going to be chasing, right? Like, it's kind of useless because our positioning will be so bad, we'll be directly behind them. Wonder if it's worth just cutting off now. I guess it doesn't matter, right? It's like personal preference who we want to engage. We're pretty much going to split off these guys because I don't want to be chasing them, which I feel like is just kind of dumb and more dangerous than it needs to be. And let's just what was the convoy speed? They were doing, according to what we picked up, about 11 knots, so pretty decent clip for me to be behind them, I think. Like, the way I'm thinking is what I should have done is just gotten much further ahead of them and then been sitting waiting, right? Maybe I'm mistaken, but that seems like the smarter play. And instead, what I did was just kind of stop where we were. And now I just allowed them all that room to get in front. Which I feel like is just, I've been in that horrible position before because of inexperience. When you're behind them, you're just now chasing them. And especially with the, you can still get ahead if they're doing 11, go to surface, max speed of 25 and zip past them and get in front. Do you think, I mean, I definitely know on the surface we can surpass them. My question is, I guess, like, I'm going to have to kind of, you know, curve out a bit, and then, you know, like, I just wonder if I'll still be able to. I know obviously in reality they would probably do math for that, but let's all right, well, we'll give her a try. We're going to give ourselves a try. When we get to surface here, we'll throw her in max forward 5 and see what we can do to get out ahead of them. Let's get our diesel. Don't have to go perpendicular out. Pick more of a 45-degree angle away. All right, we'll give her a try. I don't know why he is on that radio. I must have never taken him off. Let's see. Let's do. Started playing today, first time. Not my first time, admittedly. Maybe I'm playing like it's my first time. I'm not very good with engaging convoys. Like, I don't have a lot of experience with those because typically the game saves I've had have been early in the war. So it's like sometimes you do those easy patrols, you get started out with, you know, like, you're lucky if you come across a ship, if anything. So good call on the speed. I think we'll be able to get further out. I just want to make sure I don't get too close where it looks like they actually turn further south. I'm also backseat driving. No, he's been the loyal helper, like giving me the little pro tips along the way that I don't know. So it's very much appreciated. That's fun. I like to that's why I chose to stream it, you know, to just kind of learn and possibly get other people involved. That's what I have fun with. Let's see. According to that, they're still bearing 219, but that sure feels like they turn more like 180 or 190. We're gonna... I don't want to get too close, though, because I feel like... they are full up on... Let's double check that. Yeah, we're good. I'm doing meta UBoat. I can backseat drive and multitask. There you go. What we're going to do is name the first mate is just going to be you, and then I'm going to add everybody's name to the crew. That's what we're going to do. That way I can feel really bad if somebody gets hurt. There, it feels like they stayed a little more true to the bearing, but for a second there, it really was making it look like they had turned much further south. We'll try to get out ahead of them. And if I was smart, right, what I should do is probably keep just a little bit of a loose tab on where they're going so that I don't get out of position too badly, right? Go ahead further. Let's I'll stop and get a listen to get a better fix on them because I don't want to get myself like crazy out of position. We can always surface and just keep going if we need to. Let's just do that for safety's sake. I'm sure it's plenty deep enough out here. Oh yeah. Let's shut that off. We'll let them have their listen. Maybe we'll pick them up and see where about they're at, and then I'll do my best to get in a good position to deal with them because we should be, yeah, we're into nighttime now, so it was a little earlier than 8 p.m. I was thinking right around 8's where it switched to nighttime, but it's probably closer to 7, maybe a hair after. September overseas, I'm not super familiar with the difference in time that time of year. I'm just a simpleton, guys. Let's go ahead and make it nice and quiet. That is not who we were looking for, so he'll pick the others up, hopefully. Let's see which one that is. That's not the one we wanted either. Come on, man. He's doing his little 360 scan. Mike, I'm going to need you to be honest with me. Did you, excuse me, actually do it, or are you lying through your teeth? Because that seems like it wasn't that long. I'm going to go ahead and say you're lying to me on stream. That's not the same group either, goodness. You beat the Nightfall. The question is, did you do it on GM? Not fun, elite unit. I did with Doom here the other night. We played and did Master Nightfall, or Legendary, I'm sorry, and it was actually incredibly difficult. I was not prepared for that. Nice that you guys did it with 2 of you on Master. That is impressive. I don't think that there's no way either one of these ships. Am I really in that bad a position? Yoicks. See what I mean? I think you kind of got the one shot to get them where you need them to be, or get yourself where you need to be. This is probably them. That's them. 11 knots and bearing 219. Nice. So we didn't blow it. So the question becomes, can I... let them finish their scan here, and then maybe I'll plot a rough line to get us turned and facing them perpendicular. I love Amanum's idea to not worry about it until nighttime because it's safer. With nice weather for once, they would have seen me and I would have just gotten obliterated. Did our dungeon reset? It did. Today's Tuesday, reset day, so we lost our progress, unfortunately. I can probably get Koopa here, or X Loki or J Rose here in the chat are two of our clan mates, and I can get one of them probably to help us through that particular dungeon just to get you some stuff, get the clear. It's not difficult with 3 people at all. You and I did great with just 2 of us. So, let's see. I cannot believe how many... That is crazy. Look at this. Look at that. I feel like my... You're the elitist of elitist units. With your Destiny not working, what happened to your Destiny? Are you having connection issues again where you're getting booted like every 6 minutes? That's always fun. Makes gameplay super enjoyable. Let's just loosely head this direction. Oh, that sucks that you're getting booted constantly. They have definitely had some massive server issues here lately. I somehow have been skating by without much trouble, but I know lots of people aren't. That gets us like a rough idea. We'll be... Actually, let's not even... I just don't want to get too close to them. You'll have to check your console and see. Maybe you have a little goofy update or something that needs done. I don't know. I'm sure it's probably more just their game than anything without having whatever dedicated servers for things like Iron Banner and PvP. It's not helpful, that's for sure, right? I'm gonna surface, so let's see about what we can do to get in position here. We'll still run pretty fast to get in there. The smoke, so at least 3 ships we can visibly see roughly with a little bit of plume of smoke. What are those new exotic things that they're giving for weekly quest? I'm not sure if it's like the material you're talking about or just getting like exotic engrams maybe from weeklies. I know there's both things technically. I'd have to look at it, or you'd have to tell me the name probably to kind of help you figure out which one it is. To be honest, I haven't spent much time in the game here the last couple weeks until we started playing a little bit the other night. I just had kind of taken a break. Amanum, I love the idea of Destiny. I have a real problem with inventory management games. See, I understand that, and we'll go ahead and roast our friends in the chat. X Loki, a good friend of mine, and J Rose. I love to roast them for having their vaults, like your stash essentially in game, just like hundreds of guns, armor, you know, whatever, various knickknacks. And he's already mad. And I don't have that problem. Like, to me, the whole premise of the game is like I'm playing to chase loot, right? So, hey, if I'm not going to use it, your fault is full again. Why? What are you doing? Throw that shit away. I just don't have an issue with it. Like, my vault is like less than 30% full. I've been playing the game like religiously for like multiple years, like regularly, taking, you know, time off here and there, but I just don't have that problem. I understand the frustration with not wanting to manage inventory. Destiny is not as bad as other games in that kind of genre that I've played, like Division 2, Tom Clancy's. Horrible for loot. Like, you get it thrown at you hand over fist, very much like Diablo. Super hard to manage because you only get limited space and you're constantly like, what do I keep? Do I need this? Am I going to use it? You have to keep different sets for different combos. Yes. Destiny, they've streamlined a lot. Like, I'm not a Bungie defender whatsoever, but I will say that they've done better lately, like in the last couple years, to like really streamline the whole thing to where you can have different builds and you only need a kind of core armor set to build around with others. But I understand what you're saying very much, and a lot of people are really bad. Like, they just, you see it and there's like pages of like hundreds of items that they're probably never going to touch. So I totally understand what you're saying. Here's one better. My D1 vault was full. Also, I have 5 mules in Diablo 4. Oh my gosh, dude. Mike, you need an intervention. Jake, 379 is pretty impressive considering you run 3 characters. Like, I respect it. Mine's like 230 something maybe, and it's pretty much all guns and then just exotic armor pieces, one of each. Like, I was helping Doom the other day. They were trying to like figure out which items, like, do I keep this, do I trash it? And I told him, I was like, listen, you only need one of each. Like, anything else is waste. Just trash it, get rid of it. Oh, that Mike, that makes me laugh that you have so many characters in Diablo 4 already. The game's been out like 15 days. You need 5 of everything. You do not. You are a liar. You are a liar. I'm sorry. I said it. Oh, man. 7, yeah. You guys are horrible. Is he killing the compressor, I'm assuming? No, it's not full yet. Oh, yes. I'm just roasting you guys, that's all. You do your own thing. It's not my vault. I don't have to worry about it. 9 immortals. Amanum, to answer your statement, there's definitely a lot of things I personally feel is need improvement or just flat out wrong in Destiny. I'm very critical of it. I play it because we have such a good friend group and like a group of people that play, that I get the enjoyment out of that social aspect. But I definitely like do not, you know, they don't get a free pass. Like, Bungie's done some terrible things in the process of trying to make it better. So there's a lot of frustration in that community. It's definitely somewhere you don't want to be too much. I used to follow all of their Reddit forums and, you know, the Discords and that, and it's just the anger from the player base is very apparent. We're gonna go, how far is it from here, roughly, where we're gonna come out? 5 kilometers. So we can do thought that would let us delete that. Oh, that must be the point for our, maybe like our actual. So let's go. We want to close it to about 2 kilometers for us. We'll close the gap on about 3. That's kind of what got me into U-Boat a little more, was just like having other games like this to kind of get you away from that and wanting to like think you're stuck in that loop of constantly grinding stuff when you don't really need to. I mean, the reality is you don't have to have every item, every little thing. I have been playing a good bit of Diablo the last week, which has taken some of my attention, but honestly, I'm just kind of casually approaching it, like nothing crazy. Group I was playing with was too hardcore with the optimizations. I prefer gaming. Yeah, that's me 1000% in Destiny. That's why like I play with these guys, and it's the social aspect for sure. I love, like I like the build aspect, like using ideas and like, does this work? Is there synergy here? But I definitely play those games because of the fact that I get to play with them, Without them, I wouldn't, like, I would easily walk away from it and not play it for sure. Not nearly as much. You punch. Yeah, you punch. Yeah, some of those people, I've played with people like that in that game that are very, like, I don't want to say aggressive, but, like, they take it extremely seriously with, like, using these weapons and this armor, and that it just kills there's no fun in it, right? Like, it just, at that point it starts to feel like it's your job, and it's not like any of us, it's not our job. I understand progression. I've done MMOs for too long. I want to advance in dungeons. I don't want to micromanage. Yeah, I understand that too. Memorize patterns. Yeah, the raid thing, like, we have our little group here that, like, we recently have been raiding more somewhat regularly when everybody's available, but we definitely don't, it's not concrete. Like, we've had several weeks now where we haven't raided at all, and we don't do all of them. Like, there's only certain ones that are technically like a bit mechanically easier, like more lackadaisical, and I just, I get it. I totally understand. I don't like having to, feel like you micromanage 24/7. I get that for sure. All these weird plot points out here that, like, don't seem to want to go away. Repeating it over and over for me is like, I can tolerate a lot of that, but at some point it's like you very much get to where you're like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to grind this out, like, I'm good. I've had my share. I really hope they do not get too close to us. They're still a ways off. I think our positioning is not terrible. Personally, I think the thing with those games is there's so many people that try to treat it like it's like it is a job. Like, oh, I gotta be on every week when vendors reset and this and that. And it's like, no, you really don't. Like, if you want to, cool. If not, forget about it. Like, go do something else. Why do you not have 2 people helping you with your observation, sir? Because you should. I think we'll be in decent position for this. It's nighttime. It's only about 8 p.m. Should have plenty of time. We don't have to submerge just yet. I have lost my bearings here. Let's go. gosh, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of dangerous, right, to not know exactly when they're going to see you. Doom, what do you think about the Vigilance Wing? Vigilance Wing is a cool gun. From my understanding of it, I mean, take what I tell you with a grain of salt. I'm not like an expert for sure, although we do play a lot. It's very like PvP oriented, so when you're playing like Iron Banner, Crucible, even Gambit maybe, it's a good gun for that. Does a lot of damage, hits really hard. It's got a little bit of recoil, so you're playing on like your Xbox, might be a little challenging maybe. I don't use it much anymore. I used to use it a lot, like early on when the game first released, I think. Then it got adjustments, you know, like everything else along the way. It's a good gun to have, for sure. Like, try it out. See what you think in Iron Banner. It's probably fun to use. It's not going to do you much when you're doing, like, dungeons or PvE content. Like, there's better options. Like, your Graviton Lance is far better. Just more utility. Don't want to submerge just yet. Oh, why did we... I never set the plot. Oh, I'm so dumb. It's alright. I was too busy yapping, I guess, and I didn't plan on actually hitting what we needed to hit there. Let's slow her down just a bit. Telesto, my friend, says it's good. Telesto's a good gun. It's really fun, too. It's pretty strong, actually. You don't see it a lot anymore because stuff like that just falls out of popularity, right? But it's still really good. That's why I think you just have to approach it like if you like it and have fun shooting it or using it, use it. There's nothing wrong with it. Too many people in that game listen to like YouTubers and streamers and the content creators, and it's okay to an extent, but it's like they don't know everything, just like any of us don't. They just play it. Let's go ahead and stop. We're gonna do a quick little check to make sure I did not forget anything in my haste.
Alarm! Feindlicher Zerstörer in Sicht!
I guess we're going to do it a little quicker than I was anticipating because they're already within visible range. And let's get Mr. Nod on depth keeping because I do not want to be visible. No, I know. We have played a lot over the years, you know, the buddies and I have played a lot. Like, I definitely have, admittedly, a couple thousand hours in that game. A lot. It's taken a few years to get that, but a lot. There's definitely little things you pick up on, you know, with any game when you play it that much, you know, like you're going to learn tricks and things to look out for that, you know, you might not know right away. And that's why I play those games now, is like helping you level up your character. Like, that's the stuff I have fun with. Like, it's fun to do some of the higher tier content, but I definitely don't make it a point to like grind it out and go out of my way all the time anymore. Like we did. So they are... Can't really cheat with our little third-person view, I guess, but that's alright. I guess with it being darker and wherever the heck they are, let's get you on your hydrophone, if we can even hear this close to the surface. Hopefully he'll pick them up. I'd feel much, much better just knowing that we get like an actual fix on him. There he is. Oh, he's actually really... God, he's going to be right over top of us. This is going to be like a convoy. Oh my gosh, are they literally all destroyers? I might have made the wrong decision here. And the trouble is now we're in a position where I've gotten us too close, so they're going to be directly over top. So the best option is going to be I'm going to have to go really deep, hope to God they don't hear me, and get the hell away from them. Or we could run now. Drop to 150, shut everything off, let them pass. That's what I'm thinking, because I know just even at periscope depth or 150 meters, we're not going to be able to go fast enough to outrun them that close. So I think you're right. We're going to have to bottom the boat. All right, well, let's got everything off, I believe. Crash dive will set us about 150, I believe, unless they've changed that. We'll just get deep. We'll stay as close as we can possibly be to the bottom, or deep enough where hopefully they won't hear us, and then let them pass by and we'll just move on to another group. I mean, gosh, he's got 7 groups right now. Doom, you were saying the Abeyant Leap. I'm trying to remember which one that is. Is it one of the newer weapons, like from this recent season? I can't remember. I bounce around a lot. I switch things out constantly when we're playing, just to try new stuff. That name sounds familiar. I just can't think of which one it is. See, this music makes me not feel so nervous when we're listening to the in-game. Oh, the legs on the Titan. I gotcha. Yeah, the exotic boots. They are really good for strand. When you get your strand, if you don't have it already, we got to get you those for sure. He might pass just in front of us, but he's going to be pretty darn close to being right over top. He loaded us into a GM by mistake, not going well with 2 people. Oh, gosh. I mean, if you guys can beat a GM with 2 people, you are the better players, that's for sure. Not that I dispute that anyway. That puts some strain on the crew for sure. What are you gonna do though? Gotta stay low. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Let's see. We'll try to take her nice and slow here, see what happens. You saved your shards and have 200. See, I told you, don't spend them. Next thing you know, you're going to have a couple thousand and you'll be like, oh, what was it like to be poor in game? It's a good feeling when you don't have to worry about it anymore. I think it was the right call there, man. I'm letting them pass by and getting an early jump on staying deep enough. Let them get a little ways away. Oops. I hate that I click that constantly. Kind of goofs it up. Where are these guys heading? 10 degrees. They are heading very much north. Let's see what we can do about that. It's a tiny group, 1 to 3. They cannot listen behind them. You're free to move. I was just thinking that. Honestly, I got a little sidetracked mentally. I'm going to have to open up the room here a bit. It's getting a little cooking hot in here, unfortunately. Little sidetracked with the temps. I honestly, the sound part of it, I wasn't as worried about. I guess I always think about, like, visually, are they going to see me? I guess it's not, you know, as easy as broadside, but you never know. And if they see me of anybody, it's going to be bad, right? 120. While the guys surface the ship, let me get some air moving in here so I'm not cooking alive. Alright, should be a little better. Got some doors opened up, get some air moving in here so I don't get cooked. Nobody wants to deal with that, right? Let's, gotta get compressor going, gyro compass. And I suppose that other group was running north, so we'll do our best to just head a bit east. We'll take her a little slower. You don't need to be on there, but I won't cancel direct orders till they get the compressor going. These little points that are there are kind of bothering me. It's messing up the OCD. Not a fan. Down to play Destiny tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna be on. I figured maybe you wanted help leveling your new character, but it's up to you, whatever you want to work on, if anything. I know we've been streaming for a bit now. I've been on about 3.5 hours, so probably here in the near future I may switch up for the evening, take a break before it gets super late. I'll be playing with you. I didn't realize how quickly my PC was barbecuing me in my room here. Got warm quick. Let's see if we can find that smaller convoy real quick, and maybe that'll be our stopping point for the evening. I don't want to speed through too much because I feel like I'll get in the same deal where we'll get in a bad position. I should be paying more attention when I'm listening on the hydrophone. Check something here, and I already lost my train of thought. Perfect timing. I should be hitting the hay. Yeah, see? No reason to be up all hours of the night. I'm already bad enough with it. Then I can't be blamed for you being up too late, see? You helped keep us alive tonight, so we're good. Slow her down, and maybe we'll call her there for the evening. That's pretty solid. A little over 3.5 hours. I appreciate you very much. I'm serious. Every time. Appreciate you dropping by and dropping the knowledge for me so I can learn slowly and painfully. So a few settings in there too I want to check for this game and just make sure my GPU is not cranking out unlimited FPS when we don't need anything more than 144. I can't remember if I've left that on or just wide open. Alright guys, well I think we're going to call her there. I'll switch up for the evening, play a little bit with friends, and call it there myself. So I appreciate everybody dropping by. It's been fun. We'll try to get back to it, if not every day, every other day or so. It hasn't been too bad, but Just been a chaotic last week with the nice weather, a lot of work. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. We'll catch you later.